Hey, what's up, good people? Listen, I got the familia, the family with me. Listen, I got Stocks with Josh with a tan again and Keenan Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, starting with you, Josh. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the good people.
Well, I'm Stocks with Josh. I'm here with my friends. And you know what? I think we have a very interesting show on an extremely ugly day. We're going to be reacting both to the day we just had, plus the after hours trading that we're witnessing. And you know what? Things are changing by the minute. But, you know, we're going to look at things and talk about it and figure out what the direction.
What you got to say, Keenan?
The market is absolutely getting smoked. I'm talking about absolutely getting smoked. It's down like crazy, and it's not been like this in a while. But remember, when you see the market going down like this, there's opportunity there. You just have to be able to see it.
Hey, look, we're going to get right into it. Both of these gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to both of their pages right off the top, Stocks with Josh. Stocks with Josh is his page, and Keenan Grace, Kenan Grace is his page. These are my guys. These are my go-tos. These guys will make you money. All right. So I've changed the setup here. Let me just say this right quick. It's sold out, good people. If you move too slow, it sold out on yesterday. And for those of you that have tickets to the meet and greet, make sure to get there early. Make sure that you get there early, okay? We want you in your seats early because there will be instructions at 2:10, all right? So there will be some speaking before the movie starts. So we're going to watch the movie, right? Dumb Money, right? And then we're going to set the movie up and then watch the movie, and then we're going to just talk about general stock market and maybe a little crypto tomorrow for an extra hour and a half after the movie. Hey, if this goes well, it's sold out. Hey, who knows when the next one is going to be, all right? So let's talk about this market. This market sold off. Josh, I want you to open up, and then Keenan, you come right behind that. On yesterday, Thursday, the market sold off. Why do you think it sold off, Josh?
Well, for sure, it's because we had a hawkish Fed. And the reason why we have a hawkish Fed is that the economy is still too strong. And we got a confirmation of that by the job report that we received, that the job market is still remaining tight. And, you know, I made the commentary, Larry, I follow Amazon. It's one of my larger positions. Amazon would typically hire 100 to 150,000 seasonal workers. They're planning on hiring 250,000 seasonal workers. And so the Fed has to be hawkish because the economy is moving forward. And I want you to think about stocks that have growth potential. And the two that came to my mind right away, Larry, were Amazon and Tesla. You know, Tesla came out and said that he was going to kill it this year.
Yeah.
You know, he's lowering prices so he can follow through.
Right.
And these are the types of companies that are causing the Fed the problem. These are the ones that are causing him to be hawkish. The only hope that we have ahead of us, in my mind, for the Fed to become more dovish is the election next year.
Yes.
That's the only thing that I could think of that would cause him to actually do some cutting or to pivot. Because the truth is, the economy isn't weak. We put a ton of money into it. And here's where it gets even a little bit deeper. We put a ton of money in it right when it was getting ready to explode with AI technology, where it was going to make, it was going to cause every single company in America to become more profitable. But on top of it, it was stimulated both with innovation and cash. And how do you think the Fed's going to slow this thing down? Only one way.
Keenan Grace, what do you got to say about that? And I want you to pull a quick technical on Tesla.
So there are two stocks that I want you to keep your eye on, and those are Google, and the other one is Apple. I want you to pay attention to them because oftentimes they help the market to drag itself down or drag itself right back up. We just broke under a really pivotal point on Apple of about $175, which was a local support. Since we broke under it, it's looking like Apple might drag the market down, but this could be an overreaction in the midterm. But in the short term, we're likely to see some more pain and people make a lot of money on the put options on the way down. So I want to see that. I seen something the other day, though, that I wanted to mention, and I was looking it up on my phone. I'm having trouble finding it. But Secretary Yellen, right, whether you know who that is or not, I want you to go and Google it. You got some homework if you don't know who that is.
She be yelling.
Listen.
She be yelling. That was a good one, Larry.
Yelling.
Thank you.
She said that she doesn't see, and this was about 2 days ago, she doesn't see any economic downturn at all happening, literally at all. Nothing. Not in the stock market, not in the economy, GDP, none of it, right? She doesn't see it. And I'm thinking, something that Larry said the other day, you know what? Stevie Wonder could see that with Ray Charles pointing it out. So we just got to say, hey, we cannot necessarily trust the powers that be who are telling us that, hey, listen, this is yellow water that's pouring on you, but you know what it really is, right? You got to make sure that you're paying attention close. So that's all I got for you right there.
So before I get to stocks with Josh, with technicals, listen, I want you guys to know, can you, camera person, could you put me in the center? Thank you, dead center. Yes. Hey, we're the men in black today. I put my black on because these two gentlemen showed up with black on, so we are the men in black. But listen, come and join us over at the Patreon where we are dropping gems. The Patreon will be the second link below under the Stock Up You, okay? The Patreon, as a matter of fact, on this one, the Patreon will be the top link, right? The Patreon will be the top link. Come and join us over there where soon as we get these plays, this is where we post and then we make our videos for the day, all right? So don't miss out. Join us over there at the Patreon. Josh, what say ye the charts?
Well, okay, let's talk about Tesla for a minute. And in the Patreon, I gave everybody a chart. I think it was Tuesday night. And I'm looking at that chart right now, Larry. And and when we were pushing up, we were sitting at 264. And I told everybody that we had a strong likelihood that we were going to go up to 272, right? Which we shot up above 272, got rejected, got an extremely ugly tall wick rejection candle. And I said in that chart that there was the possibility that we would go as low as 256.40. Now, right now, today, the low of the day for Tesla was $254. But I'm going to tell you guys that this is what I see. We are sitting on the bottom, and I believe that tomorrow we will be above 256.40 for Tesla. And I'm telling you that even though things look pretty bearish and the after hours market was also bearish, I see a lot of stocks that are sitting on their technical low that I think are going to give us a bounce. I think Tesla is going to be one of them. And it hit that, hit that price I gave everybody, 256.40. I think we're going to get a V-shaped recovery. I think that, like I said a moment ago, Larry, that Tesla's one of those companies that's doing really well, that's causing the Fed as much trouble as the Fed is in, because they're doing what they said they were going to do. They're doing what they said they were going to do in Q1 and Q2. They're going to repeat it in Q3. And, Elon's hedging his bets by cutting his profit margins, but at the same exact time, he's wrecking and annihilating all the other EV companies, making it 10 times harder for them.
Keeping that volume up.
Yeah, so 256, I think that we will be above that tomorrow, and I think we're in bounce territory.
Yeah, I earlier today I was saying that we had some support around 255, and I think we'll be in bounce territory, but that doesn't mean that it cannot break below. You know, guys, let me hold on, let me put this in there. Anything we say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. You must do your own due diligence and your own research, for we are just three YouTubers in black shirts talking about the stock market. All right? Okay. So Keenan, you got something to back that up with on Tesla?
Understand me on this. Tesla is still in its infancy. If you are an investor in Tesla, again, because you've done your own research and you believe that EVs are the way of the future, they're going to be the ones to take over the world, as they already are. I'm hearing that there's talks about other countries opening up new gigafactories. Again, go and look this stuff up for yourself, because I want you to, don't trust me, go and do the research on it so that you can say, wow, they're expanding even in this bear market, even when they are lowering the prices of the Teslas. When you look at some of the Tesla models, especially for my people who already have one, if you bought a Model S when it came out, the same Model S that you could have got is almost $40,000 than when it first came out, family. And Tesla, that doesn't normally happen. But what is it? They're trying to keep the volume high, the volume of cars being sold. They have projections and numbers that they're trying to hit, and they're trying to actually catch up to companies like Toyota and outsell them. Like that's really where the goals are, and you can see it in the blueprint of how the car market is now. How you see now Porsche has EVs, now Toyota has EVs, BMW, Mercedes-Benz EVs. What's going on? They're trying to get some of that market share from Tesla because they see Tesla is still killing the game, and like Josh said, causing the Fed some issues because they are still pulling in the money.
So India is calling, and you can speak after this. India is calling for Elon. He's already met with some people over in India, right? And India, for those of you that don't know, has clipped China for the most populated country, all right? India has more people, more than 1.4 billion than China does, right? And so now they want him to start bringing a gigafactory there. And not just the president, but Elon wants presence over there because he doesn't have to deal with what? The Chinese government, right? And he doesn't have to he doesn't have to deal with the Chinese government saying, wait a minute, we're going to restrict how many cars you could sell because we want the Chinese EVs to be more profitable than yours. We want to sell more Chinese cars than yours. And these are just the truths, right? And so now he's talking to the new most populated country. Make sure that when you're doing your technicals and your fundamentals, that you are looking at the overall broad story and taking everything together and putting them together and then doing your science. What do you guys say about that?
Okay, two things, Larry.
Yeah.
One, I want to give people just two more support lines. Let's say that we don't bounce in this zone, okay?
Yes.
The two lines I want you guys to draw on your charts is 256 or 244 and 234. So draw those beneath the number I just gave you, 244.
I got this high-tech camera. I could show it to him if you want to.
Well, I don't have it drawn on my chart.
Okay.
244 and 234 are the next two layers of support if for some reason we don't hold at this level. But I want to throw this out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to share this. I haven't shared this before. I've been alluding to it. People that have been following my show have
Right.
started to hear me talk about Toyota. Toyota.
Toyota.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now that in my view, my humble view, I'm not the master of EVs, but I think the only competitor that I even consider right now for Tesla is Toyota. They were innovators. They were way ahead with integrating electrical vehicles in their cars.
Right.
And their charts blowing off. It's blowing up.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
You know what's the
I'll
thing
say
about
this.
EVs,
You
bro?
go ahead.
Toyota. The thing about Toyota is they're almost competing with themselves because their cars are so reliable
Yeah.
that you don't need to buy another one unless you want to, right?
That's
so
right.
that's a funny thing
And
about
it's
a
been
Toyota.
that way for a long time.
yeah.
Ken.
Yeah.
Yep. They got better gas mileage, and they you know what? I'll say this, and I'm saying this while we have a UAW strike.
Right.
Shame on the American car companies, legacy car companies. Number one, they had EV technology first. Do you know that there is not one American car company right now that is profitably manufacturing EVs? They're losing thousands of dollars on every EV that they make. Because, and I know I get a lot of flack with that. Why do you think? They got to deal with the oil companies, right? And I'm not over pushing EVs because the truth be told, the rollout for EVs is going to take far longer than we think. It's going to be years and years and years. We're going to need oil. We're going to need coal. It's not going to be overnight, and it's not going to happen in 5 to 7 years.
And it's going to be pushed back.
And it's going to be pushed back, and then there's going to be regulation and deregulation, right? But, and I said this to a senior investor that says, I don't like electric vehicles. I said, that's fine, but your grandchild does. And 9 times out of 10, they will be driving it. So dislike it while you buy shares in it and make money.
Yeah.
And guess what? He did, and he did. He did buy shares, and he knows who I am. He watches the show, and he is making money. So he's like, I can't stand Tesla, but I like these checks. Go ahead.
Right.
Well, so I wanted to point out the fact that one of the problems that the legacy car makers in the United States have is that they were tardy to the party.
Yep.
That's one of Larry's sayings.
Yeah, tardy
to the party.
Slow to the show.
And here's what they're going to do wrong. First of all, they're entirely dependent upon the government check. They need that bailout money from the government to even accomplish their EV goals. Then they're beholding to the government. The government's agenda is to get everybody on EVs to get entirely away from gas. Now, here's the reason why I'm bullish on Toyota, because they actually have a plan to continue to make gas cars and EVs. And why should they continue to make gas cars? Because India and Africa and the rest of the world is going to continue to drive gas cars for a long time because they're affordable. The legacy car makers have basically said they're going to try to swing entirely out of it and into the EV space by 2030, and they're just going from, they're making one mistake by being tardy to the party to making another mistake, not really meeting the overall needs the way Toyota intends to.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at this. I just want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys this. Now, over a 5-year period, Toyota, look at Toyota's chart and look at Ford and GM. So if you invested in General Motors over the last 5 years, you are flat. Look at that. You're actually losing money over the last 5 years. Look at that, Josh.
Yeah.
That is just, it's just wrong, right? And then we just got through talking about Toyota. Look at that. Up almost 50%. All right, let's add a little company called Tesla. Watch this. So this is what I'm saying, good people. So now let me
that number.
Exactly. Let me ask you guys this. Look at those numbers. Now, this is what I told the older gentleman. You could hate electric vehicles all you want to, and yes, it's gonna be a strain on the power grid. But which one which you have loved to invest it in over the last 5 years? And see, I'm a keep it simple type of guy. You could say what you want to say. Oh, I love coal, and that's fine. That's good. I'm not arguing one way or another. I'm just saying, let's you and I be smart investors. Let these people argue all of this stuff out while we make money. Because at the end of the day, the 5% that is telling you that you don't like EVs, guess what's in their portfolios?
EVs.
Yep.
Well, Larry, and I think I made this point, but I just want to underline it. The rest of the world, India, they do not have the electrical infrastructure to support or to bring on a mass influx of EVs, right? And that's, and you know, Elon, he doesn't have to worry. His focus should be exactly what it is, EVs.
Yeah.
You got the American legacy car companies moving away from oil-driven cars.
Yep.
Toyota understands they're going to be fighting Elon for the low-end cost vehicle in countries where the infrastructure of electricity is not fully, the grid has not been fully built. Then there's a lot of cars that they can sell between now and then. While Elon is he's lowering his prices, but eventually he could start raising them.
And the legacy car companies haven't figured out how to make money.
Listen, the legacy automakers, the airplanes, right? The flights and banks, Ponzi schemes, all three of them. They're not making any money. They're getting money from you, the taxpayers. Oh, wait, you didn't give them any money, but your government is giving them money.
And they run their companies horribly.
And this is why they got like that.
They've ran their
too big to fail.
Horribly.
They're too big. They're called too big to fail.
Yes.
If the government lets the banks fail, then how are you going to get money to your people who you're paying bills? How are you going to pay for your rent, your mortgage? How are you going to get a loan? Oh, the government can't let them fail. What about the airlines? If the airlines fail, how are you going to get to and from? And then you know what? That's going to ruin the economy because you can't travel and spend your money here. Oh, they can't let them fail. And now the legacy car makers, what if you can't get a car? What if they can't make the car for you? How are people going to get to work? So then the government says, we can't let them fail.
I got a
point. And then next thing you know, boom, we're in a Ponzi scheme running by the government.
But you know what? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The reason why they run these companies horrible, because they know the government is going to bail them out.
Yep.
Who has, if you look in 2008 and all these other recessions, any kind of bailout, look at it. Who did they bail out? Airline industry and the banks, right? Who didn't they bail out but wanted to? Cruise lines. You know why they didn't? Because the cruise lines are owned by the Norwegians, right? But these are horribly run businesses, and that's why we make a ton of money shorting them in times like this, because they don't keep cash on hand.
You segued to something that I wanted to I was thinking about talking about today, which is Norwegian Cruise Lines.
Go ahead.
That chart does not look that bad today. For as bad as the market was getting punished, Norwegian was not doing that bad.
How's the volume?
NCL,
what is it? I'm thinking
NCLH.
Okay.
Is it no movement and low volume?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. All right, so the volume on today was average. So the average volume is 11 million, and today's volume was 11 million. So we came down. It did come down a little bit. It came down. It did come down, right? But if you look at the long-term chart, let me just pull in this long-term chart, right?
Look at this high tech. This is my cell phone, y'all.
Yeah, so I would say there's low conviction to the downside, and we're really not doing that bad. I've been calling this a buy since $11.50, since it was $11.50, and we have just been consistently making higher highs. In my mind, this thing could and likely will come down to $15. Maybe it won't, but I can tell you right now that if it did, I'd be definitely personally buying this range. It's holding up extremely well, man, when a lot of other stocks are not doing that great.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we've covered a lot. Where we're at 20 minutes. Look, let's end this. We have a lot to. Man, you guys just gonna have to fly in again. You know what? Somebody should call Mo on the phone. Somebody should call Mo. Mo really wanted to be here. Shout out to our brother Mo. He's got a lot going on, and he got hit with a flood. You guys saw, and he's got a lot going on, and kids and games and all of that. But he's going to be with us soon, and we're going to do something together soon. Listen, if you liked anything that we said or we shine a light on anything, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subscribe to this page. Make sure you subscribe to Light Skinned Stocks with Josh. Now, this is Keenan Grace and Stocks with Josh, okay? Make sure that you check out the sponsor of this show. Who is the sponsor of this show, Keenan? Who's the sponsor of this show?
The sponsor of today's show is Larry Jones at Stock Up University. Go ahead and use the top link, if not the second link, and join Stock Up University. It will help you to make some money.
Yes, look at who's in there. We got Stocks with Josh. We got Keenan Grace doing the options, and myself, Basic Fundamentals. And we got Mommy Trader and Stock Curry in there too. This will be the second. Actually, I'm going to make it the second link below because I want people to make money and come over to the Patreon on this one. Okay. And then, listen, I always say this. I'm going to let these guys in. Listen, don't jump out of planes with a parachute and then ask, how does this thing work? Right? Find out how it works first. So listen, stop losing money. Download the class, learn what you're doing, come to the Patreon, take his class. He's teaching options also. And then listen to Stocks with Josh. Listen to his page. Listen to all the free information he gives you. I don't know anybody that's better on charts than Stocks with Josh. Go ahead and say your parting words.
Well, thank you, Larry. Thanks for having me as a guest on your show. I am always learning from you. You are a phenomenal momentum trader, and I've seen that your trades that you've put into the Discord have been killing it. Some of the most profitable trades. And same with you, Keenan. I appreciated your call on Apple at 174.
Yes.
You had a nice little run up. Hopefully people took some profits.
You would like to see
we'll continue to watch that. Appreciate you having me on, Larry, and I look forward to talking to people in the Discord as well.
Pleasure is mine. How about you, Keenan?
Live, love, laugh, and learn. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If it's getting too hot in the kitchen, don't. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. All right. Hey, we love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and check out the links below. We will see you guys that has purchased the tickets. Make sure you get there early. We'll see you on Saturday. Live, love, laugh, and learn.
Peace and blessings.